of September, the reserves grand final for the BLG Football League, and what an absolute ball terror it should be today, my fellow commentators here, John Silver and Yo Adrian. Yo, how do you see it being won? Is it the midfield or is it deeper than that?
No, definitely the midfield. That's where the key players for the Nuriootpa reserves team are.
I would have thought so, and the Rucks go at it as the ball goes up in the air. Young Ryan Solder going hard at it. It's an absolute fight in there at the minute. Out that comes, and Gawler Centrals are away. First clear kick away from the centre square. Or should have been a mark there to the Gawler clown, and they bottle it up down there. Could have been a bit high on Collins, but no, the umpire says, give it to me. I'll bang it down on the turf and we'll have a restart. John, how are you today?
Yeah, not too bad at all, thanks. What a day, really. Great weather. Two of the best teams you'll ever see running around, and yeah, we should be in for a good one.
The Eugene Walker gets it out to his Gawler Central's teammate, and they're going to have to ball it up again. I would have thought it should be a hard, tough one. A bit of ill feeling between these two sides. Some may have suggested that the Gawler Central Match Committee have gone to such extremes as to employ a sniper to sit in the stands with a rifle and possibly maim some of the Nuri players. We'll see how we go. The medalist Butler comes away with his first possession, gets it out to Solder, hurried kick. Loose man on the wing there. Who's that? That's George. He hurries it forward. Half volley taken not cleanly there by Clown Boy, and it's very
Solly that was.
Solly that was. Thank you very much. I'm a little bit scratchy on some of the names here. Away they come through. Tristan Shaw, thank you, gentlemen. The tackling is ferocious. The disposal is ordinary, and surely umpire. I would have thought so. And Collins to take his first kick of the game.
Yeah, well, they've settled down pretty nicely, the Gawler Central's club. They're at it. Oh, that's a terrible kick. Yet again, Solly chopping off again, another kick. Watching his disposal, though, will be quite entertaining throughout the day.
Not exactly a textbook kicking style as he loads one up and belts it to centre wing. Marking contest. Umpires picked out a free. I wouldn't be too confident about knowing what rule he's actually pinged it on. They're going to raffle it, and the winner of the raffle is number 52, Big Tim Conk.
Just chiming in here, Damien, I wouldn't underestimate the importance of the bench today. I think it will play a very key role, the people on the bench, and I think that's where we might find that the Nuri Tigers do have an advantage. A lot of class with their players who will be coming off the interchange, possibly in the second quarter.
I think you've probably hit the nail bang on the head there, Yo, as the umpire balls it up again. Rucks go at it. Big Darmsey wins it down. Out it comes the back to the medalist in Butler. Swings onto his left foot. As I talk about textbook kicking styles, you won't find that in any of the books.
Yeah, I just want to have a look at probably a couple of the key matchups too today. Probably Clayton on Phelps at centre-half forward for the Gawler Central's Tigers will be quite pivotal. Also the fact that, you know, we've got a quality ruckman in Darms going against another quality ruckman in, what's his name again?
Lolly?
Yes, Solly. Obviously, Snoop Linky floating around the place. You know, Nuri's runners are really going to be important, but, you know, Gawler Centrals have got some quality there as well.
You're dead right. The umpire's picked out another free, has he? Yes, and there's chaos absolutely reigning here. No one's got a clue what the umpire's doing, possibly not even himself. But there will be a kick taken. It is to Gawler Centrals, and they build it to centre wing once again. 2-on-1 there for Nuri. Out the back it comes to George. Oh, he's dumped as he kicked. He loves the hard stuff, does Georgie. Punch down. Chugger there. Father time taken. Oh, great tackle by the medalist. The medalist in Simon Butler. He really did have his eyes on the hips there and brought his opponent to ground.
No, nothing to say at the moment.
Nothing to say from Yo. Ball up again. Darms staggering, wandering around like it's 4 a.m. on grand final night. He's copped it a bit early. Play on, said the umpire. Centrals go forward. Eugene Walker gets the handball out. Could this be the first shot on goal in the grand final? Handball's out. Phelps resolute in defence. Went without the footy. He's going to run over without it. Oh, they're going to score a try. And away he goes over the line. And the first score of the day is on the board for Gawler Centrals. They lead, one rush behind. Nuriootpa yet to trouble the boys on the scoreboard.
Well, I thought they were going to pack down a scrum there as they kind of got across the goal line there, but no. Here we go, Mark Phelps to bring it back in. One of the quality kicks of the club. See what he can do with this one.
Possibly one of the better exponents of the drop punt you'll see in the league, as a matter of fact. Reserves and or A grade. He'll probably drop it straight down the throat of a teammate here. And what do you know? He's just picked out a Gawler Centrals player. You can tell your grandkids you saw that and they probably won't believe you.
And another thing I think you'll find today, Damien, is the coaching of both sides. Not much more I can say.
I think there will be coaching, as another shot on goal by Gawler Centrals is away to the right. It's behind the stick. They've got the jitters early in front of goal. This could prove costly. And you're right there, Adrian. I would have thought that perhaps there will be coaching from both sides. We'll just wait on how good it is. As speaking of good, here's that wonderful kick. Mark Phelps, I don't think you'll see him make the blue twice in a row. It's very rare that he misses the target twice as he loads it up.
Back into the centre of the ground, and yeah, well, you've called it beautifully. You've put the mockers right on the youngster.
He picked out Eugene Walker, he went in. Oh, balls, guts and determination. Who was that who spoiled there? It's away. Oh, it trickles out of bounds. The spoil came from George. Worrell chased it over the line, looking a little bit proppy. He is one of the wild cards. We'll see how he goes across the centre line there today. Could be one of the targets for the Central's snipers in the grandstand with the air rifles. As the ball comes back into play, ruck contest. Worrell goes at it, missed it completely. And who we got there? Number 37 for Gawler Centrals.
Gladigo.
The Gladiator himself sees it over the line, and it'll be tossed back in. A pretty scrappy start here, as you'd expect. Some nerves out there, John.
Yeah, they're still settling down, both teams. There you go, the 1998 medalists there in the background. Tim Fallon playing for the Nuri Tigers at centre-half back.
This should be a walk-up goal for Centrals. Oh, they've mucked it up. They really could have linked up a chain of handballs there and had a shot. But as it happens, it comes out. They're going to belt inside 50 once more. The shot on goal is again away to the left or the right, depending on which way you're facing. And 3 shots to nothing so far. I think we should possibly see some changes early here from John Thompson at Nuriootpa.
Is it possible that he could hit 3 blokes in a row from the opposition from fullback? Let's just have a look.
I wouldn't have thought so. This lad, not a lot of movement out there from the Nuri side, but you can rely on Big Megsy Phelps to find a teammate and or a brother, and he's done the latter in this case. Found his brother Kelpie. And good luck separating those two. They could well pinch votes off each other today. And, well, if one's not doing it, the other one is. Luke Phelps delivers to the opposition, and they pump it back in 51 more time. Another scoring opportunity for Central, straight through the old legs of that poor rooster. Handball came out. Away goes Darms. Oh, the big cattery going through like a cat. Bulldozer, he belts it inside 50. Derek Hugo, the wild card in this grand final, turns around, should have a shot. He's chipped it in short, and it's come unstuck. That is not percentage football. Kicks like that are about as handy as a crack in a glass eye when it comes to grand final day. He really should have been having a shot.
And showing his aggravation there, Hugo, throwing his weight around. Matthew Cook, what's his name? Cook? Sniper Cook. Doesn't like it when the weight's thrown around. He doesn't mind throwing a few. Doesn't like it when they're thrown back, though.
He loads it up to centre wing. Who's out there? It's a bit of a tussle at the minute between Big Concrete and somebody else with no hair. And the ball trickles over the line in front of Chinga's fan club there. The banner reading Chinga, number 2, 894 consecutive games.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I can remember him actually getting dropped this year early on at one of the local games. Just didn't come up, and yeah, they dropped him, set him on his arse.
Hasn't he bounced back beautifully as they go forward again? Central, surely this time they'll be looking at a goal. They build it forward. Who's back there in defence? Oh, it's taken the marcologist in Adrian George. He really does know how to grab hold of the pigskin when it's floating through the air.
He nearly broke the post there. It was nearly Lee Matthews type of stuff, if you can go back that far, where he broke the post at Windy Hill, I reckon it was.
And not unlike Lee Matthews in some of his endeavour, a good one-hander taken in the left hand, if you don't mind, by Mark Phelps. Runs forward with support from his brother. Special comments there on the sidelines from some of the Nuri supporters. Nat Solder overruns it. Lethal Lee goes in, and it's over the boundary line once again. And for about the 427th time this morning, we're going to have a throw-in.
No point getting kicks early on in the game, though, folks. Tristan Shaw there, he'd be looking forward to a couple of kicks late at the end of the game, get another medal.
Decision against Darms there, possibly one of the more ridiculous decisions you'll see in modern football, as they're going to cross it now, Gawler Centrals. This should be a dolly of a mark, it is. Oop, steps around Mark Phelps. Arrogance, and comes unstuck, and Mad Dog Schmidt's after it. Look out. You can see that look in his eye before a game. I think they feed him raw meat down at Newry during the week, keep him on a chain. They let him off on Saturdays, and Cattery gets out a good handball into space, and I think we'll possibly see another. Goodness me, it is. It's going to be another throw-in.
Yeah, well, if you watch Mad Dog run around, or Sam Schmidt, that is, if you watch him run around, he's like a loose cannon. You just don't know when he's going to go off.
Let's hope he goes off today. He's got that magnificent drop punt that he displays in front of goal as the Rucks go at it once again. The best and fairest for the Newry B grade. Simon Butler won the medal this year. Gets out a handball. Father time in. Chinga tried to get after it. Butler cut it off again. He's in at it again, the medalist, and he copped one high. The umpire said, just for copping one on the scone, I'm going to get a free kick against you.
Yeah. I'd love to know what Solly's stats are at the moment. I reckon he's had probably about 5 marks, half a dozen kicks, getting a fair bit of it. But, yeah, Cat takes his time to give the footy back. Here we go, gives the Newry side a chance to man up. This would be probably beneficial to them if they can man up here. Save the Gawler Centrals team getting an easy kick out of it.
Shouldn't find a target now. This should be an absolute congested forward line as they chew in. Hello, boys, look out. We've got somebody unmanned. I wonder whose bloke that was. I don't think John Thompson would be very impressed with that, Adrian.
No, not at all. And looking at the game so far, Centrals really should have 3 or 4 on the board. The game could be over. However, bad kicking, it's bad football.
Darn tootin' as Phelps once again left the ball behind in the back lines. Could have cost him dearly, but we're going to have a free kick. It's going to go to Collins.
Yeah, he'll clear this out to the westerly side of the ground. Becky, drop the chutney.
Metwurst has dropped a pill. You won't see that every day. He normally hangs on to him for dear life. And out comes Big Concrete. He's crashed a couple of blokes, brought the ball to ground, and have a look at that nude nut out there wandering around. You just feel so much better when you know. And they're going to have a bit of a snap forward towards goal. It is going up and crook hole bounce for Phelps. Oh, that should have been a walk-up goal for Gawler Centrals. But as I was about to say, Adrian George, you do feel a lot better with Big Concrete wandering around out in the back lines there with that bald head. Reassures you a great deal.
You sure do. And Clayton there, shades of Malcolm Blight running into the open goal and kicking it through the posts. Obviously not switched on for today's game.
That's why they painted the ones on the side red so you could tell the difference. And the markologist in George takes his second for the day. He will be a key factor this afternoon with his good disposal as he belts it out towards centre half forward. Out comes Nat Solder and takes a grab. This lad's got some skills on him. Launches it inside 50 looking for Hugo. And he's got it on the boundary line. He should have a shot with a leg like his, John.
Yeah, hopefully he'll go back and slot this one through. Great catch. Shows all the attributes of man that used to play for Hawthorn. Robert Dipper. Oh, passes short. Machos. No, keep your feet, lad. Out to the boundary, and the boundary umpire will toss it back in.
Well, gentlemen, we spoke of Gawler Central's wasting opportunities. That was one that went begging there for Nuriootpa, but probably should have had a shot at the big sticks. I'm not entirely sure of the stats, but did he have a remarkable run of consecutive goals kicked last year, Derek Hugo, without a miss?
Yeah, I think he kicked a fair few. I think it was 2 or 3 that he kicked without a miss.
I heard somewhere in the vicinity of 28 or 9, but we'll go. We're back with the action now, and who would have thunk it? There's going to be another ball up. It's not even anywhere near quarter time yet, and we're already out of things to say here in the commentary box. They ball it up again. If there's any danger of some football being played, we might have something to talk about. Into the hot spot for Nuriootpa. Centrals get hold of it. They're going to run it out again. Surely he's got to get a handball out. He does so. And they're wrapping it up. Oh, it's tough inside, but out they come now, Gawler Centrals to clear it. Big opportunity to run now. 2-on-1 out there. Oh, hello. Who was that? You speak about snipers. They don't come any better than that man, Adrian George. Who was that he ironed out there?
Gladdy Gow. I think you might find that he doesn't come back on either.
Gladdy Gow certainly looks very uncomfortable. He's wandering around out there. He doesn't know what's going on. He thinks he's at training. He's not sure what's happening as the ball goes inside 50 for Newry, runs out of bounds.
Yeah, well, just to follow up on who's on the bench for the Newry Tigers, haven't been able to get anything out of the Gawler Central's guys, but at the moment on the bench for Newry, Josh Schmidt, Damien Aird, and also Jason Rodder played a fair bit of footy in the A, so a bit unlucky to be sitting on the bench at the moment.
Yes, Jason Rodder on the David bench, as you said, John. Probably would expect to get a run sometime soon as Worrell belts it inside 50 up towards the danger man in Hugo, but it's going to trickle. Oh, he's pulled it back. This should be a walk-up goal for Father Time in Monty Burns, but it's going to be a ball up. He's appealing for this. Not going to be a ball up. Umpire's put the whistle away and he said play on. Now he says no, give it to me. I'm going to have a restart, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Probably Junior Machos, a bit unlucky to be playing in the reserves today. Played all year in the A grade, got dropped back for today's game. Surely has to be an important part to this team, though.
Very, very stiff indeed. He's one of the wild cards we mentioned earlier. And as Gawler Centrals look to be running this out of the back lines with ease, they're finding a target and should settle now and mount an attack. Oh, the markologist yet again. He's going to knock back attack after attack today, and they've got to stop picking him out because not only is he a good grab, as you see there, he is a fine kick. As is this man, Mark Phelps. Very little movement up forward. He's got the Guernsey tucked in today, Megsy. He's got his parents over from the West Coast to watch him, so he's obviously looking very neat and tidy, as is that kick. A marking contest form, punched down to the front. And out the side comes Shane Collins. What's he doing up there? He's going to sneak up and get a bit of a goal. No, he's not, because Gawler Centrals are belting it forward again. Eugene brings it to the front. Oh, cast in the role of a rover, Big Concrete. Out it comes to Cat via Mertworst. George should get rid of it. He does. Goes up towards centre half forward marking contest. Big Darmsy looking for his first premiership. In goes Chinga. Can't get a bloody sniff of it at the moment. Oh, Father Time. But it's belted in towards the forward pocket. Out come Gawler Centrals, and they're going to clear it once again.
It's an arm wrestle, isn't it there, Damien? Any chance of a goal being scored? It's going to need something very special to break this deadlock, I feel.
It's absolutely magnificent. It's point for point here at the minute. John, a quick score update from you.
Yeah, I think there's been 4 points kicked for Gawler Centrals and not a brass razor yet for the Nuri Tigers.
They went horribly close there at one stage. Here out comes Chingalinky. Can he be the spark? Can he be the one we need to kick the first goal? He loads it up. Hello! And Nuri have their first one on the board via the captain, Monty Burns. And he loves that nickname, don't worry about that. And all those wasted opportunities for Gawler Centrals have come back and bitten them right on the tail as Chingalinky puts Nuri in front.
Experience.
Class.
Yeah, just an old bastard.
And didn't they love that one at the Chingalinky fan club over on the other side in his 984th consecutive game or something. Bang goes the air conveyance up in and Rucks go at it. Out comes, who's that one?
Wackador, actually, the medalist this year with Nuri's Mickey Carter, equal Bess and Ferris for the reserves.
Well, 3 medals running around out there today. What a rarity. And it's belted inside by Phelps in a marking contest. Oh, no contest at all. Gawler Centrals repel another attack. Oh, Collins shows some balls. We've got an injury. Gawler Centrals. Clayton's down. Oh, Phelps with some know-how and ability. Pops it over the top to Ryan Solder, who's got the tagging job today, I would have thought, on Gee, what a whacker. He belts it inside 50 in the marking contest yet again. Loose ball, who's got it? It's the other Solder. Onto that left foot, the coaching staff love him using that. Hugo probably could have done better. And away it goes again, another. What's the disposal like? Hello. He's kicked it out on the full.
Pretty costly mistake that from last year's Bess and Ferris in the grand final. Old Hair Bear or whatever his name is. What do they call him? Tristan Shaw or something?
Gollywog.
The Gollywog. And that man again, Mark Phelps. He's had an absolute plethora of kicks, and that's a word. Look it up. Mad Dog Schmidt gets out of it. And look out, because you may as well just write this one down, Johnny's a beautiful kick for goal.
Yeah, well, that's still yet to be seen, but I told you he'd go off at some point, and this just shows what promise this kid's got.
He definitely is a menacing marking target up there as he comes in. Let's watch this kick with interest.
That's right.
He loads it up. It's the flat-looking mongrel helicopter Scheisenhausen punt, but it's 6 points, and Nuriootpa extend their lead and are beginning to flex their muscles. Georgie.
You notice how young Sam Schmidt there took quite a while between his mark and his kick for goal. Wanted to make sure the camera was on him. He doesn't do those weights for no reason. He wanted to flex up there.
Unusual, we're seeing him today wearing a shirt, but he's put the second one on the board for Nuriootpa. They lead 2 goals straight, 12. Gawler Centrals No goals for 4. Young Josh Schmidt with his first run on the ground. Runs at it. 50-50 ball. Bang, in goes young Junior there. Thrusting his opponent into the back, reaming him into the turf. No free kick, says the umpire. I'll have it. Hello, we got a blood rule, and it is young Junior Machos as he wanders across. This could be pivotal time of the game, John.
Yes, obviously he's got a bit of blood somewhere, a bit of claret spilt. I wonder who Nuri will bring on here. It will be interesting. As we pan to the bet. Oh, there he is, the great man himself, Damien Ant, on for a run up forward. Can he fill out that big number 51 jumper, though?
He's filling it out, no problems at all, John. Don't worry about that. They've gambled on the mercurial today. They've put Ed in. I think the conditions probably helped him. A dry day. He's a great exponent of the round the corner Darren Jarman style kick. Let's see how he goes. And action back in the middle again. Gawler Central is again another clearance, and they go to centre half forward. Ugly marking contest. Shot on goal. I think the siren just beat him. If the umpire pays that, he's about as stupid as you'll find. And he's giving it, no, the goal umpire said, I'm not going to pay that, are you mental? Hello, he's given it the all clear, much to the disgust of Jeff Dutchke down there. But they'll need all they can get because they wasted many opportunities in that first term, Gawler Centrals. They would be very relieved to have kicked that one, I would have thought.
Yeah, well, obviously Gawler Centrals had pretty much most of the footy in that first quarter, but the Nuri Tigers were able to get a few, well, easy goals, I suppose, in the end. They worked pretty hard for it, but they came a lot easier, and Gawler Centrals have really had to work for it. Obviously, Freeman's a bit of an issue up forward for the Nuri Tigers. If he gets around the footy, could be some trouble. But, you know, Darmsy's doing his work in the middle. There you go, see the great man Peter Woolley-Nitschke just laying down the laws to his charges. As they come into the huddle, lots of concerned faces. Darmsy trying to pump the boys up. Don't really know what he was saying. Don't know that Darmsy knows, and the boys definitely don't know what's going on. Chicken Lingy just trying to work out, what is he, my undies? Oh no, it's his wrist. It's his wrist. Great ass. Wandering around the place, the runner. But yes, let's just hope that the Nuri Tigers really do put some effort in this quarter. Gawler Centrals, on the other hand, well, they've got Wackador, Seedor, they've got all the doors there running around. They got Big Joel Percy with his Percy, and Clayton getting a fair bit of the footy. It really will be interesting to see what they do. Stats at the moment, level. Would you believe that? Level.
Exactly the same amount of disposals per side, is that correct?
Yeah, they're level, yeah.
Level, that's what level means. Quarter about to get underway here at the Anguston Oval with Nuriootpa defending a narrow lead at quarter time. This could be a very, very decisive quarter indeed as the siren goes. The umpire about to put the football down, John.
Yes, you'd probably say all the Gawler Central's players in that quarter played well.
I would have thought so. Out of the middle, young Rodders onto the ground. The little mascot, he belts it forward after the ruck was won by Darms. Up there towards Junior Machos. It's a scrap, it's a fight, it's out of bounds. Who would have thought?
Yeah, Tristan Shaw just takes the ball over the line there. Yeah, good to see Rod's on the ground. He's spent most of the time on the pine in the first quarter. It'll be interesting to see what he can do in this first 5 minutes of this quarter. Could be very important.
I was having a close look at him on the pine there in the first term, and he had a steely gaze in his eyes. I think he's ready. Shot on goal, smothered there, and away they come through Tristan. He loads it up with that left foot. Magnificent camera work. What are we on? Channel 10. Matt Wurst is dumped as he kicked it, and as a result, Gawler Centrals are going to repel this kick. Special comments from somebody there. I don't know who's talking into the camera.
No, nor do I. Percy kicks out wide to, who cares, Darmsy buries him. That's what we like to see. Make them work for their kicks. As we both know, this could go anywhere. Goes very high.
Brenton maybe
Pay the marks the call from the commentary box. I disagree, as the marcologist has carried over the line.
That man George again, I think, isn't it? Just everywhere. He just loves the footy, loves being around it. Shane Collins there with his one glove on, probably do a bit of the moonwalk later on.
Possible that young Georgie could contract a bit of leather poisoning. So far today, he has amassed an incredible 4 marks thus far, but it's where he puts himself and how he uses the ball that's important.
Probably important too to acknowledge the umpires at the moment. There is Adam Harris out there, youngster, does a great job every now and then when he actually thinks about it, and Steve Rudiger, very experienced football umpire.
but obviously half deaf after they paid that quarter-time goal. As the ball is out of bounds once again, Rods is sniffing around that leather. You can just see that glint in his eye. He's got a smell of blood. The dorsal fin's up, and he's carrying on like a little shark.
Very similar to about 4 a.m. at the Vine in young Rods, circling, waiting for closing time just to see who's left alone.
He loves roving the pack and winning those uncontested balls, does young Rods. And we're going to have another ball up here. It certainly is a very scrappy affair on a beautiful day. Possibly the nerves coming through, John, I would have thought.
Well, hopefully by now they probably might have settled that all down. Wackador on the ball there, chased by Ryan Solder. Ball goes out, Bretton Jenner just taking it over. Fairly cocky youngster, Bretton Jenner. If you have a look at him, struts around the place. But he's been at it. Boundary umpires, I was just going to mention them quickly before we go anywhere. Apparently there's a bloke out there by the name Michael Hahn, but I don't reckon he is, and Chris Cannon, some bloke who really cares.
They certainly cover some distance, and away goes Ryan Solder. He's wrapped up in a tackle.
It's his brother Nat.
It was Nat Solder, thank you very much. And trying to avoid that tackle with wishful thinking, and Tristan is going to clear it from defence. You mentioned the young fella, the short bloke there. What's his name?
Bretton Jenner? Yeah,
Bretton Jenner. You mentioned him. He was about as popular as a pork chop in a synagogue after round 4 when he dropped Chingalenki, the favourite. Opened up his head for him, and he still bears the scar like Harry Potter as the markologist is going to punch it back up forward, and that is an absolutely magnificent pass. The mark wasn't bad either, young Joel Machos, the A-grader, as he goes back to take his kick, and I would have thought he's half a chance from here.
Half a chance here, young Machos. Let's hope he doesn't get all of his weight behind the kick. We do need another ball.
We possibly may lose the leather as he lines up. Breeze not a factor, and I think this will be a fairly telling kick as far as the conditions. If he can make the journey, we'll know it's a nice day.
Yeah, well, looks like he's actually slotted that one through. Beautiful goal. But just the lead up to that, the quality of Adrian George, just to pick that kick off to Machos on the lead, just pretty to watch. You won't see much better footy than that.
Absolutely exquisite football, and fantastic conversion. You see Radar giving him a little cuddle there, a bit of a pinch on the bum and a tongue in the ear, saying good on your sport, relaying the exact message, no doubt, from the coach, as Nuriootpa extend their lead 3 goals straight, 18 to 1 goal 4, Central's 10.
And I'd just like to take this opportunity to introduce our special guest commentator today. Sam Newman's just walked into the box. G'day Sam, how are you going?
Going beautifully just at the minute, Georgie, and I can tell you what an absolute display we've got as Collins goes back with some real courage there. Possibly a free kick, but not paid. He drags his opponent down. Still no whistle. The umpire's got it jammed up his collar somewhere, I would have thought, because he's refusing to blow it. Eventually in he comes and says, I'll have it, thanks lads.
Yeah, well, surprising to actually see you here today, Sam. Didn't think you were coming down.
No, Ed, oh, you're not Ed, goodness me, I'm just on autopilot there. I thought I'd pop down and have a look, possibly the weather that brought me Worrell, the Wade Linky, and Rod's had it earlier, and they are going to be 3 very instrumental players, I would have thought. Mad Dog Schmidt, now there's a bloke that's probably not loaded with football brain, but he's whipped out a handball, missed the target, and away go Gawler Centrals. You can't question the lad's endeavour, though, I wouldn't have thought.
And there's a few sights around here for you today, Sam?
Oh, yes, actually, there's quite a bit of eye candy. I nearly had my eyes poked out earlier by a young lady. I couldn't believe it. I walked past her and said, goodness me, madam, I didn't think it was that cold. And she said, you can just hang your keys on them, Sam, if you like. And Phelps, unopposed on the mark, belts it up forward and probably will find a target.
Yeah, he missed the target. Some bald-headed bloke about to get it out. They just don't like to kick the footy. They handball it a lot around the place. And yet again, have a look at Jenner, just whinging about something here, no doubt. As the ball comes back, obviously Phelps, he's got a kick here. We'll just wait and see what happens. Yes, ball hits the deck. Oh, no, I'll get it. No worries. Here I go. Look at me. Oh, there you go, aren't I? Just a tosser.
It's certainly a theatrical lad as he spits in disgust. Mark Phelps says, I'll take the kick. I've had a pretty ordinary day, just the 12 so far.
Yeah, it's just a quick side thing. It's good to see they've actually cut the grass. Otherwise, we might not have seen Bretton Jenner running around out there today.
It's his best way to shake a tagsy hide behind the old tall blade from time to time, and you think, well, we've got a bit of open space here. Next thing you know, you've turned it over.
You'd be looking for the top of the square here. Young Sam Schmidt might flex and just burst open a pack. No.
That's a shame, because as I said, you can't question the lad's endeavour. Anyway, boys, as far as hello, we've got a free kick here. What's happening?
Well, obviously the as you say, every now and then the umpire's made a decision and shows his true intelligence.
Well, that'll probably do me, boys. There's a bit too much eye candy about for me to stand in here listening to you two clowns. I'll be off, and you all have a very good day, won't you?
Thank you, Sam.
Yeah, thanks, Sam. Hopefully we might catch up with you a bit later, perhaps about 2 o'clock at the Vine Inn.
Probably a fair chance Sam Newman leaves the box as Derek Hugo wanders in and pops through goal number 2. He slams it into the tree behind the goals. The umpire says, thank you very much, that's how long it is. What's the banner behind the goals say? Reese, you're a sex god. The banner behind the goals reads, could not agree more.
Yes, it doesn't carry a lot of weight when your sister makes the banner, though.
But Reese in general carries a bit of weight, so we'll allow that banner. I quite enjoy it. As the umpire's taking his sweet time to bounce the ball. Nuri with a little bit of momentum now, John.
Yes, they've just managed to kick a couple here, and Darn's back up at, oh, lovely tap. Oh, what's he had a crack at there? Just tried to take Jenner's head off there with his boot. What a pity he missed.
Not very much spite in this commentary box, I can tell you, as Adrian George's boots flying about the place everywhere. Little chip over the top too.
Percy, that's a bloke with a big Percy.
Well, that's where he'd need one to fill those big baggy shorts he's got as he belts it inside 50, marking contest, and it spills to the front. Hill roves it, has a shot on goal around the body on the left foot. Very good effort, but George, the markologist, opts for the punch on this occasion.
No chance of Freeman going for a hard ball.
Tell us what you really think, fellas.
He was actually a bit concerned there. If you looked at some point there, I thought his hair was actually going to get messed up. Tucks his shorts in, has a bit of a tug, and yeah, he should be right for the next 2-3 minutes.
Fine ruck contest there provided by
Clayton, I think it was, wasn't it? Big bloke with the... oh, he has a shot here. What happens? Collins will just see it over, and howdy-doody to Hilly there.
It's a nice old argue from young Hill as the ball trickles over. Gawler just turning the tide here. The momentum has probably stopped, and now the question will be, which way will it run from here as the boundary umpire throws it back into play?
Was it high tide or low tide?
It's about... it's a dodge tide, as a matter of fact, as big Eugene Walker gets it down to G. What a whacker! Shot on goal! That's surely close! He's just pushed it behind the stick. That was exceptional ruck work from Walker.
Yet again, have a look at the bloke at the foot. He just loves getting at it. Who's he going to kick to? Oh, lovely kick out to Mark Phelps. He'll just hold it up here. So, yep, get off of me as I run back. Where will I put this? I've got my socks up. I'm looking good. I've waited for the picture to be taken. Now, what will I do? Yeah, oh, yeah, no, oh, I'll wait a bit longer. Take my full... Kick it long, why not? Could have done that in the first place.
And didn't he kick it long as it goes into the centre and out the back there? A chance to run here as Lethal's around the place, and it's still a 50-50 ball. I'm having trouble with some of the names here.
Oh, Chinga had his head ripped off there again. Have a look at... And let's have a look who's at the bottom of this. Oh, yeah, big fella. Yeah. Yes, and we're back at the Oval. Just watch Tristan Shaw here at this. Oh, umpire, where are your eyes? Gets it out. Ryan Solder, balls and all. On the ground, up they get. And, yeah, Rodder just saying there's a footy ump. How are you going?
Yes, we certainly are back here at the Oval. I'm not entirely sure where you went, but we've been here all along. Ruck contest and Mad Dog Schmidt wins it down. Another head-high tackle laid there. Out it comes. Shingalinky. That was a fair tackle. The umpire said, I'll have it. You blokes better get a kick away soon. I'm getting a bit annoyed with some of this football. You draw a long bow to call it football at the moment.
Several of the Gawler people do refer to Chingalinky as a protected species, but we've just seen in that passage of play how much he does have to put up with. Remarkable that his body's held together this long.
Beautifully taken there by Rodder as he belted it inside 50. Gawler Central's defending grimly as the ball is kicked out towards the pocket. Phelps in hot pursuit, but it trickles over the line. You're right about Chingalinky. He does put up with a bit. I'm not sure why. Tackling him's a bit like tackling a bag of stumps. Not entirely a bloody lot of fun, but he cops his fair share without a shadow of a doubt.
And where have you been tackling bags of stumps, mate?
That's how they bring us up on the farm.
Ryan Solder there just trying to get a kick away. Whack-a-door, getting it out. He'll have another go. Oh, no doubt he'll get it free here. Ducks his head. Will he kick? Oh. Yes, kicks it over the jam tin. Fantastic work from him.
Finds a teammate in.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes, another household name from the Gawler Central Footy Club, and he bangs it up forward to big Eugene Walker, who takes a fine grab. He's been important. He's played a fair bit of A-grade footy, this bloke, and has had his fair share of finals experience, and he goes up towards centre half forward. Absolutely terrific grab there from
Clayton, that one again. Butler in here. Oh, great courage there on Tim Cornelius, I reckon it was. Joel Percy there back in. Rodder running around. Mary Dance kicks it down forward to... Oh, no, back to the Gawler Central's boys. What will they do here? Perhaps yes, they'll kick it. Brings it back into their forward line. Pack settles. Butler, Rodder flying against them there. And Butters up again. Lovely tackle. Great work.
The umpire says the ball's spilled free, so I'll ball it up. As he prepares to, you see that steely gaze in young Rodder's eyes. He is ready to play. Don't worry about that.
Wackador out here. Rodder turns him around beautifully. Obviously, Wacker didn't want to get the hard footy, just wants the easy crumb outside, gets it down. No, if Nuri boys really do have to take some time here and try and look and deliver the footy up forward. Oh, hang on, they pulled a free out. Back to Mad Dog Schmidt. Yes, has a flex, runs back. Oh, yeah, how am I going? Back to his mark, and what will he do? Yes, kicks it long. In it comes into the forward line. Who's there? Who's there? Hugo, no. Butler just missed one. Yes, Jenner comes out. Little toe poke around the corner to Percy. What a lovely purse I've got. Kicks it forward. Here we go. What's going to happen here? Like a bullet. Look at this. Straight through. Beckworth. That Muppet bloke. Fantastic. Out to George. Georgie, what will he do now? Yes. Oh, I might kick this one long down the line. Great. Just playing to team rules. Matt Joss nearly got off the ground, nearly got excited, but no. What will happen here?
And Gawler Central's yet another attack. Fifth sheet and Tickalo with a big goal bunch of Matt Wurst. Takes a great... Oh! And we spoke about it earlier, ladies and gentlemen. That was the sniper in the grandstand. He shot Worrell fair in the leg, and bang went the hamstring like an old fan belt that couldn't do the journey. His game could well be over as a shot on goal by Gawler Central.
Krebs kicked one. Oh, that's costly. That's very costly.
Indeed, Long John, as Worrell looks to be hobbling from the ground. He's in more trouble than the early settlers. Have a go at him there. He may have carried that one into the grand final. I think the coaching staff will be very displeased with that. But nonetheless, a big blow to the Nuriootpa, not only losing Worrell, conceding a goal as well.
Yeah, he's probably a bit disappointed. His game against Gawler Centrals in the second semi at Nuri, very disappointing. He spent a lot of time on the pine because he just couldn't get at the footy. For him to come out, just very disappointing for the youngster. He's got a lot of potential. He's got a big ass too, but he's got a lot of potential.
I can tell you he's been looking forward to today for quite a while, and to do that's upsetting as the ball back in the middle now. Through goes, gee, what a whack. Gets a little handball out. Now the best and fairest medalist in Butler's after it. His loose ball, Hill. Pardon me, not Hall. It comes out again. They're going to have another shot. Centrals, can they put a bit of a nail in the coffin? No, they can't. It's a one-handed marking attempt there by...
Yeah, Nick Freeman, obviously not happy with himself. Hair's out of place, socks are slightly down, and hasn't got his jocks quite far enough up his crack. But he should be a bit of a worry for Jeff Dutchke here.
Probably could have thrust his chest at that one, I would have thought, and actually taken a grab. But no, it's out of bounds, and Nuri back with a chance of repelling this attack. Deathly silence to my right as Yo Adrian refuses to comment. The ball comes down, another shot on goal. That should be an absolute Monty. And that's the umpire said. He's gone, thanks for all the fish. And a few of the Nuri boys having something to say here.
I'll make comment now, Damien. Similar to what Anthony Rocker said in the grand final, which is actually played after today. He said his shot was in by 2 feet. I think you'll find that one missed by at least 2 feet. That's 2 goals now Centrals have got, which really shouldn't have been goals at all.
Funny you mentioned that. I did have a look at the boundary umpire as that shot on goal. He was going to blow his whistle and say out on the full, thanks ump, but he's paid the 6 points regardless, and that could fuel a Gawler Central's revival as we get ready for the restart.
Yes, umpire about to bring the ball back into play. Up she goes. Up goes the big man in Darms. Tries to get it forward. Little Brent Jenner tackled by Nat Solder. Angry ant. Out to Wackador. Wacker gets it out as normal handballs. It would be good to see the Nuri blokes running off the back line there a little bit. Solly up forward. Gets it back to big, huge. Gets it out the back to little Breton Jenner again. Runs around the place. Will they kick the ball? Oh, yes, there they go. Kick it forward. And what happens here? Oh, the bald one has a crack at it, brings it back in. Oh, this could be trouble. This could be a lot of trouble. Freeman. Oh, unlucky ball goes out of bounds on the full. Jeff Dutchke to bring it back in. Yes.
Disappointing kick, that one. Really had a bit more time, and no doubt Freeman would be a bit dirty on him for not delivering. Jeff Dutchke, a very good kick of the agate. Belts it towards the big cat. It goes over. Look at those two nude nuts. It looks like an eclipse of some description, those two blokes going at it. You need your sunnies here today. Huge. Oh, great attack on the football by young Solder. Butler takes it away. Handball to big Tim Concrete. He's lost it. Gawler Centrals. No, they've lost it. Nat Solder. Plenty of bloody height on that one as it goes up forward. And Mad Dog Schmidt provided a contest, but Centrals are going to run it out again. Solder attacking it again. Does he have any thought for his own welfare? Elbows going everywhere. Machos in there, trying to shovel it out. No one's succeeding. It comes out through Darms, the unlikely hero. And Rods, who has been absolutely on fire, gets on his knees. Quick prayer, bounces back up again, and a handball out towards Big Lethal. Pace from the young man as he punches it inside 50, and it should be a great... It's not a mark. Great spoil from Gawler Centrals, and they punch it straight back into the hot spot.
Tristan Shaw, I think, went down there. Obviously something wrong with his hair, but yeah, I think Georgie picked him off there on the way through. High kick here. Concrete's got his name written all over this. Just backs himself in. What was he doing? Oh, Sam Schmidt. That was in the other bloke's hands, and he knocked it out of there. Goes back in, butters up again. Tristan Shaw, miraculous recovery. Little throw out the back there from Sammy Schmidt. I think they're just saying, g'day, how you going? And thanks for the rabbits.
Perfect example of how Sam Schmidt plays his football there. A lot of brawn, not so much brain.
Yeah, it's obvious. Hey, we've watched a fair bit of the Nuri Tigers this year running around the place. Oh, a lovely little give there to Rods. Rods just brings it forward. Just quickly back to Sam Schmidt. Obviously, he's got a fair bit of potential. Georgie just trying to there pretend that he's taking a dive. Yeah, I had a push there. Thanks very much. No, but Sam Schmidt obviously plays with his heart. He needs a bit more work on the head just to get the nous, but he's shown a fair bit of potential this year. Here he is in the ruck contest. What will he do? Looked like he was shielding the sun from his eyes there, actually.
Butler tried to keep it in, but it's taken over by Tristan, and we'll have another ball up. A ball in.
There's some fantastic hairstyles out there. Wonder if Hilly and Kat go to the same barber.
I would have thought so. Their same hairstylist indeed, as the ball is thrown back into play. What's happening here? Mad Dog Schmidt got his hand on it well. Nat Solder has a shot on goal. Should have eaten it alive, but he's pushed it behind the stick. And Nuri have had their first miss for the day, as I don't even know who's in front. Can we have a score check?
I don't know what the score is. I think what you will find, though, is Nat Solder obviously showed why he didn't go as far as he possibly could have in the goal-kicking competition this year.
Yeah, I think the margin at the moment is 2 points. I think it's 4-1, 2, 3, 5, I think it is at the moment.
Thank you very much indeed, as Mad Dog Schmidt roved that beautifully and used the ball to perfection to Ryan Solder as he balks around one and runs past another. Punches it inside 50, but he's coughed it up. And there is that. Is that Hilly?
No, that's Gav Shaw in the back pocket there. Obviously, he also goes to the same barber. I think that's the right score. If we just hone in there, yes, 2 points in it.
4-1 to 3-5. Well done, Eagle Eye Cherry there as it's gone up forward, and fine mark taken by Tristan. But the Sirens beaten Centrals. Has he heard it? No, I think he must have the old earplugs in because he's wandering around like he's going to kick it. But we have a game on our hands here, ladies and gentlemen. Just when it looked like Nuri were going to run away with it, they bounce back, the Gawler Centrals boys, and it's a tight contest at half-time. Yes! Right on 27 minutes just 2. Stanley?
I think that's probably enough from you, kid.
Fair dinkum, Stanley, fair dinkum. Welcome back here to the Anguston Oval for the second time today. Players and umpires making their way off the field now for the half-time interval. In the commentary box is John Thompson, and alongside him is Adrian George.
Yeah, so Georgie, what have you thought of the first half? As we pan around to the crowd, any talent in the crowd there, Georgie, at all?
Spoken for.
Yes, but anyway, we'll get back to the footy. Doesn't look like too many people are terribly excited to be here today, but anyway. So the first half, fairly close game. Nuri struggled in the first quarter, got a few kicks. Gawler Centrals peppered the goals, but couldn't actually manage to kick any. Then Nuri managed to grab a couple at the end, went into the break, a couple of points up. And second quarter really did start to skip away a little bit there, and unfortunately, Gawler Centrals clawed their way back into it.
Yes, Tomo, it's an arm wrestle. There's ups and downs, there's ebbs and flows. It really should have been over 10 minutes into that first quarter. the Gawler Central Tigers wasting many opportunities in front of goal. Nuri showing a lot of character, undefeated this year, and that's why, because they're full of character. They came back well, they came back hard, and in fact had the lead at quarter time, stretched that lead out to 14 points midway through that second quarter, and then Worrell, hamstring, obviously shouldn't have been picked in the team if he was carrying an injury, as I think we'll find a few others. So, it's anyone's game at the moment. The team that wants it more will win. I don't know if I can throw in any more cliches.
That's probably going to do it for cliches, but as we did discuss earlier, Gawler Centrals have employed a sniper in the grandstand with the air rifle. They've picked off Worrell only in the first half. We know there is a fair bit of feeling between the sides. Did you think they would resort to this? I don't think a player will be losing their life, although should the sniper hit a bit higher and the player does go down and dies, I think we can probably say it's all in the name of good sportsmanship and playing it hard and trying to find a way to win, John.
Yeah, whatever happens on the field stays on the field. I think that's probably the best way of looking at it. If you get shot, so be it. You know, you put yourself out there, you're a target. You know, you can't do much more about it.
Yes, that's absolutely right, Roy, and that's what they love about the game. That's what they get the kiddies involved in the game, coming down to have a look. And here we are. We're about ready to get the second half underway. The last 36 minutes or so of football for reserves for 2002, and bang goes the umpire. The medalist in Butler gets the kick away. Gawler Centrals have to hang on here in the back lines as Hugo went without it, tackled without it. No, says the umpire, out of bounds. And a good start early for Nuriootpa.
Yeah, they managed to get the ball up forward there quite comfortably out of the middle. Boundary umpire about to throw it back in. It'll be interesting to see if there's any changes in the lineups for either team. But looks like Sammy Schmidt here will have a go with Clayton. Percy on Butler. That's a fair matchup. Butler and Percy, my goodness gracious me.
Crucial here for one of the teams to get an early goal. And you'll just see the teams that go in harder, the teams that go in tougher. That'll be the team that wins.
Pretty ordinary decision from the umpire there. A momentary bit of a scrag from George. The umpire's got the old hair trigger whistle. He's blown it, and Gawler Centrals are going to punch it to centre-half forward yet again. And big Gary Stevens, I think that's his name. I just know him as the Cat Man. What can the Cat Man do? It's away to the Kelpie. It's cats and dogs here today. He goes up forward. Hideous kick. That was uglier than Bronwyn Bishop in a G-string. But Gawler Centrals have played on. Lethal's got hold of it. He's going to punch it in towards the forward lines.
Yes, in it comes Schmidt up. Here comes Junior. Oh no! Oh, he absolutely packed himself there at the contest there. Great opportunity to kick a goal, but couldn't quite find the agate.
Should have eaten that one alive, Nuriootpa.
Quality play, Matt Joss. Really should have swooped on that ball, turned around onto the right boot, straight through the middle. Unfortunately, though, for the Tigers of the Nuriootpa kind, just wasn't to be.
It wasn't an out. It comes towards the centre-half forward positions. Chingalinky just arches the back and away he goes. Sets it up to the hot spot yet again. Can they make something of this attack? Mad Dog Schmidt, how is your mum?
Well, that's a pretty intellectual conversation you got there, Ashley and Mad Dog, probably talking about world politics or perhaps nuclear fission. I don't know really what they would have been discussing.
I think if we go down to our on-field microphone, we'll catch some of their conversation.
And in comes Mad Doggy. Let's go. Another rip-roaring drop punt. That wobbled around like there was a lead weight in one end of the ball. It spun like an out-of-control spaceship with no gravity, but it wandered through for a goal. Mad Dog's got the shoulders being shrugged. He wants another shot. Now saying to the umpire, finish to finish, finish to him. And the umpire said, no, son, I'm taking it back and we're bouncing it.
Yeah, well, that's a pretty important goal at this early stage of the third quarter. I think that puts Nuri 8 points up at the moment as we pan around. Yeah, 8 points. So 5-1 to 3-5 as we come back to the middle. Yeah, Darmsey, look at him. He looks like Crackers Keener jumping up around. Come on, let me get at it. Come on, let me get at it. But, yeah, what a pity he couldn't actually get his hand to the footy then.
Away go Gawler Central. The architect there was young Jenner. It spills loose. What can the cat man do? Oh, he's seen a nude nut coming. He thought it was the mirror, and they've coughed it up. But out comes the marcologist in George. Takes his umpteenth for the day. He would be among my top 2 or 3 best on the ground at the minute as he punches it down the line.
Yeah, probably Gawler Centrals at the moment all playing well, I suppose you could say.
Fairly even contribution from all of the yellow Guernsey gentlemen out there as we pan to the crowd, and what a bloody packed house we've got.
Yes, no, as Tomo said, no standouts from the Gawler Central side. A solid team effort at the moment. You just feel that they might need someone to stand up and be a match winner if they're going to get over this accomplished Nuriootpa outfit.
Oh, Chingalinky trying to tackle him's like trying to nail Jelly to a tree as he slips through a couple, goes up forward, it's a loose ball, who's got it? Away goes Junior Machos there. Should just about swallow this, you would have thought he has. He's got it, turns inboard, can he find a target? You can't teach that. You're born with that. He knew there was a soldier somewhere near, flicked it around the corner, and Nat should line up and have a crack at the big sticks, I would have thought.
Well, he'll probably have a crack at the goals here, and he'll probably have a crack at something at the Vine Inn a little bit later on this evening.
I would have thought so. He's got that great Burt Reynolds look about him. The chicks love it. And as he comes in here, we'll ride this one with him. He crosses, he'll kick from 48.3 metres. He loads it up. Has it got the legs? It's straight enough. It's punched away in the goal square. Butler, he's kicked him from here before, but he puts it to the point of the square. That's why he wins the medal. He's a good team man. Loose ball, who's got it? 50-50 competition. Away come Gawler Centrals. They are cool in a crisis. Whoa, or are they? Refusing to panic. I would have thought they've coughed it up. George has a shot for goal. No, pinpoint pass from George. You could have fooled me. I thought he was having a shot.
Oh, Hugo Boss there got out beautifully for that one.
This is what he's employed to do, the boss man too, is to go back and bang through a couple of six-pointers. A critical passage of play early in the second half.
I think you'll find Kenny Dad's in raptures up in the grandstand there. He's marked down player of the day already for that play.
And Kenny Dads would be doing cartwheels now because it's actually turned out to be a goal. You little beauty, says the silver-haired phantom up in the stands. And Nuriootpa starting to skip away now. If they can just bang on the next two or three, I reckon it'll be just about shut the door and or doors, depending on how many are playing.
Oh, there's a couple of doors out there, so I hope the fly screen's been shut as well.
I don't think it has been shut because we've seen Jenna buzz through already a few times. And the umpire, do they have a bit of trouble getting hold of the agate once it's gone through? Because they take forever to bounce the ball. Deathly silence comes over the commentary box here as Darmsy textbook ruck work. It's not his fault the little fellas aren't getting around it, getting on the end of those great taps. Matt Wurst gets hold of it, and if she don't come, then tickle her bum with a big orange off. Matt Wurst runs it over the line.
He's a great story, Ian Beckwith. Missed out a few years ago to get a kick, and came out in the 2000. Made a grand final team. He's got a medallion already, and he'd just be loving the opportunity to get another one.
Yeah, what a good player that young Met Cabana Met Worst. What a good, and did the ankle in the preliminary, the second semi-final, and finds himself selected. What a good for the young lad to be playing today, wouldn't you say?
I agree wholeheartedly, Mahatma.
Who was that bloke come through with a turban? I wouldn't have thought we'd seen blokes like that running around today.
For a minute I thought it was Osama bin Laden, but obviously not.
He was sweating profusely, the big man.
I think you'll find Osama is in Nuri's A-grade team.
Yes, he is. And as well, who's riding a bit of a bloody bloke into the back there? He's gone down like a $2 hooker. I reckon there might have been a bit of a paw going in there from Cat as he says to G, what a whack. I'll give you a bit of a tickle here.
Yeah. Oh, obviously the youngsters. Oh, it's the other door. It's barn door, not sea door. It's barn door. But that's quite nice to see his brother touching up the bloke that's just belted him. Fantastic.
And Cat decided he was going to slam the door. He did that indeed, and away comes Wacker. Gets the handball out. Jenna punches it to the hot spot. This is a big opportunity now for Gawler Centrals. Up they go. The big man flew. The umpires said, oh, what's going to happen here? I'm paying the mark. That was a fine grab. I'm going to pay it to this bloke. It's a free kick. It's a mark.
Yeah, Nick Freeman. Obviously, the umpires love him. He just puts himself in the right spot. You know, he thinks he is anyway. But this bloke really did cause some headaches in the 2001 grand final when Gawler Centrals were victorious over the Nuri Tigers at Williston. He kicked 3 goals in the last quarter, and you know, you'd back him to kick this. He's a great kick when it comes to the goals, and he loves kicking them.
As he lines them up and goes, bang, thank you very much, no problems at all. As easy as farting out your ass for a quality forward like that. And Gawler Central sneak a little bit closer. Let's just hope that none of those players actually get hold of this tape, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's hope so, because I think you'll find Freeman is one of those guys who doesn't have any trouble farting out of his ass. It's pretty loose. he doesn't have any trouble doing anything out of his arse.
Let's hope not too many people at all get hold of this tape as we go back to the middle now. Gawler Central sneak one back. This is a titanic struggle. And once again, they're taking an eternity to get the pigskin back out there, but they've got another Bobby McFerrin they're going to bounce down. And it'll be interesting to see how Nuriootpa respond.
Yeah, umpire not really quite sure. I'm going to come back this way, just behind me. Thanks, Brenton. As he throws it up, what will Crackers do here? Clayton, Darms, great contest. 50-50 ball. Darmsy taking his own work, gets it out to Butler. Butler on the berth. Who's coming out? Oh, no. Oh, just howdy-doody with the elbow. Up he goes. This could go anywhere. Probably good that he's in the back line. He's got a 100-metre area that he can kick to. Hits young Breton Jenner on the chest. Seedor goes at it. Oh, kicks over the jam. Tinian again, gets it out in front. This will be a speed. This will be a leg test. Oh, no, it was just Cat.
You would have expected young Jenner to swallow that ball, but it hit his chest and went like a pea off a drum, allowing a 50-50 contest. Central's good enough to run it away, and now we've got a ball up. At centre.
Ball in, actually.
A ball in. I've got to get that terminology right. It's a ball in, just forward of centre for Gawler Centrals. Over the top came Big Darms. He wins it down. Oh, the Cat slapped it out with a mighty paw towards C. Montgomery Burns. He went down like a bag of stumps, tackled again. The pole driven into the ground. Puts a finger up the Khyber and says, thanks for all the fish.
Well, it looked like a bit of WWF there. I thought the body slam off the top ring. Chug just gets up, scruffs off the hair, shines it up, and away she goes again. In at it, whack a door, tackle, out to Jenner. Oh, they're out the back here. They're out the back here. Gets it in forward. Up comes, that man again, the Muppet, Beckwith.
Beckwith Mitwurst, he's cool in a crisis. He's not unlike the great Glenn Archer down there, as hard and as tough as you like and as reliable as you like too. And away goes Phelps. He's deceptive, this bloke. He's got big strides. Let's see if he's got the pace. Changes direction, changes gears, and should deliver to full forward. From inside the centre square goes bang. So Josh Schmidt should have probably worked to the back there, worked his opponent under the ball. Unfortunately ran past him, conceded the marking contest, and will start it all over again.
And here we go. Clayton, careful, he might belt you. Turns around and kicks long down to centre half forward. Metwurst. Need we say any more? He's a rock of Gibraltar back there, Metwurst. As Tomo said, lucky to be playing, but you'd rather pick Metwurst half fit than someone say like the runner.
Kelpie takes a mark and arrogantly bounces it straight in front of himself and runs away. Delivers again to the opponent.
It's a bit like anything you can do, brother, I can do as well. They're just running around their opponents, making them look stupid, having a bounce, doing what they like. Here he comes again. Oh, probably should have done a bit more with that. Butler at the contest. Gawler Central starting to sneak out and run here a bit. Oh, but that big pussycat hits hard. Here, can they get it out? Oh, there's a chance to clean someone up. No, they get it out. There's Barndor kicking around the corner. And here's that man. Oh, Collins. He should have done it properly. No worries about that. He just says to the umpire, oh, yeah, I'll get you a beer a bit later on. Freeman's a bit worried. He's got something in his eye. Yep, that's your finger, Nick.
Courageous Mark standing underneath it there. Collins came in late and gave him a nice old don't argue, something to go on with. But nonetheless, Gawler Centrals refused to throw in the towel here. They're going to have another shot at goal. And this would bring the score to, what would this make it?
Oh, I'd make it very close, I reckon.
Pinpoint commentary there as he comes in. We'll ride it with him. He's going to kick from 47 metres, loads it up. It's on its way. I think it might be a good kick. They're celebrating down there. They love it, the Gawler Centrals. That's a fine kick for goal under the pressure. And this is turning into an epic grand final.
Probably got about 6 minutes of the quarter to go here too, so it really is pretty costly, that one. Hopefully the Tigers, the Nuri Tigers, can actually get at it. Is that Kim Herman I saw running around the place? I thought he was a water boy. Looked like he was coaching there. Doesn't mind having a chat to everyone on the field. It's probably about the only thing he can do these days.
I hope there is no more than 6 minutes left in the quarter, because I'm nearly out of material. But speaking of material, we're getting a bit of a bandage job out here. Bit of a fix-you-up on the field as the Bobby McFerrin makes its way back to the centre. I did tell you we were out of material.
Up she goes again. Ruckman come at it. Darms, Clayton, Darmsy, not too bad. Oh, beautiful work by Nat Solder there just to turn it back to George. George marking contest. Butler runs on Hugo to Schmidt. Oh, he's missed it again. Overlap. Here comes Solder. Solder, left, right. Oh, this way, that way. Lines it up. Bang! There she goes. Another one.
That's a Nuriootpa vine in goal of the day to Ryan's side. Nat Solder, Ryan's brother Nat. He's belted it through with pinpoint accuracy.
Nat's brother Ryan.
Nat's brother Ryan. How you going yourself? Not too good.
Something to look forward to in the 2003 season for the Nuri Tigers is the third brother. The third Salter will be out and has been training during this final series with the team.
He has indeed. Not afraid to do a few laps in the jeans either, the third Solder, and the odd sit-up without seemingly any consequence at all. But having said that, that's next year. This is this year. The Premiership quarter is underway, and it's a ding-dong struggle, an absolute ball terror of a contest this far. As Cat decides he goes off the ground, finds Chingalinki, throws his head back, although the tackle was nowhere near the old scone. And he does a bit of a wanganine there, and we're going to have a ball up.
Yeah, I think you'll find that Gary Stevens has actually been moved on to Wackador. Ryan Solder doing it a bit early. These two look like they should actually be out on a date. They're making that much body contact.
Bit of a fiddle about with a bit of a few body parts there, those two. They're enjoying themselves regardless. Bit of the old volleyball goes up as the man with the PhD in markology gets it away to Lethal. Belts it forward. Oh, it's a fine grab, not paid. Or is it paid? Chingalinki's decided to have a go at it.
Tristan Shaw down again. Oh, no, I thought no, shoulder. What? Oh, hang on up. Oh. Yeah, no, I'll be okay. Yep, I'll be all right.
I thought that was Chappie going out there to attend to him with the ponytail, but it turns out it was a potato peeler from the other side.
Chinga there just asking for some help. I think he's after a drink at the bar. I'm not too sure. He was just saying, shake me something up there.
Oh. Special comments from Georgie, elbows everywhere, and Rodder refuses to deliver the ball. He does now. The Gawler Central's crowd cutting crook. Phelps belts it forward. Butler's got two to beat. It goes up in the air. Oh, and how you going yourself for a bit of out on the full, says Butler. Play it on, says the umpire.
Yeah, Chinga coming off there. I think you'll find that Damien Eyre comes on here.
The Mercurial, look at the size of him there. You can't miss him. And you need a wide-angle lens to get that bum in. It's equal only to the one of Worrell. But will be interesting to see what role he plays here as he almost gets out of first gear and charges after the agate there. It goes into a bit of open space, which suits this man beautifully. Georgie punches it inside 50. It's over the back. Surely a free. No, says the umpire. Play on. They can't pick it up and the ball races away. Out of bounds, almost on the full. But the umpire says no. Derek Hugo's got a bit of gastro. He carried a bit of gastro into the game today. I told him not to have that hot dog and follow it up with a nice coffee beforehand. But he said, no, it's okay. I've got a belly full of brown snakes and they're starting to hurt.
Right contest. Rod, crashes his way through. Tough as nuts, this young fella. Just puts himself in, week out. He would have been hating the fact sitting on the bench, but since coming on, he's really been quite damaging.
Nuts would love it that you compared him to Jason Rodder as the ball goes up again.
Why was he sitting on the bench?
Well, I don't know. You'd have to ask the coach that, I suppose. He, you know, there's a number of reasons, I suppose. You can't fit 25 quality blokes into a team of 21.
Granted, it can make decisions very difficult at the selection table on Thursday nights as up goes the ball again. That man again! Who would have thought? Rod's after it, out to Wacker. He flicks it out to Jenner, almost double the size of Rod's there. And loose ball, who's got it? They're fighting over it between themselves, the Gawler Central's boys. Oh, out comes Jenner again, delivers a handball. The Gladiator refused to take that with him, and the umpire's paid a throw.
You really have to question their thinking. At no point did the great man in Darms actually take any possession of the footy. He's tapped it out to one of his mates, and the umpire's called it for a throw. It's blokes like that that can ruin a game of footy.
Excuse me, not too bad. You're dead right there. He slapped it like he was talking to one of his kids, and away go Gawler Central through the middle again. In towards the forward 50. Full forward up there. Who's that number? 42, Beckworth. Brings the ball into a 50-50 contest, and have they carried it over the line? No, says the umpire. I'm going to put the air conveyance down, and once again, it's a ball up.
Really have to question Gawler Centrals. Is anyone actually picking up Beckworth? He's just running around willy-nilly, doing as he sees fit.
He's as loose as a goose as the siren sounds for three-quarter time. and we have an enthralling battle on our hands here at the Angaston Oval.
Yes, well, back at the...
He's gone somewhere again. I'm not too sure where he keeps racking off to, but he seems to be coming back.
We are at Angaston, Damien.
Yeah, no, I just nicked out the back to see what the latest betting is on the Tigers actually winning. Apparently,
pretty good, I would have thought.
Apparently, they're 100% to win now. Whereas if you look at the Nuri Tigers to win, well, you know, they're undefeated all year. Last quarter effort, you know, 8 points or so in it, goal and a bit in it. Really does come down to one thing. They've just got to get off their butts and run.
There was one thing the Newry boys will all know going into this last quarter. It's time. It's now or never. They've got to put their you-know-whats on the chopping block and be willing to lose them, because for this side to go through undefeated and drop a game here, it's all going to count for diddly-doodly-daddly squat.
Yeah, apparently at this point, they've done nothing. They've done nothing.
They have done nothing. What's special chewing from Georgie? And look at that president there, Skip, with a very, very serious look on his face. A steely glaze are coming over the great man himself.
What words of wisdom can Kesey be saying here to his team? He's looking at the board saying, oh, well, guys, I don't know. Do I throw it up and just see where you land?
I think you'll find he's only talking to his team as well there, because not a very well-supported club, Centrals. 21 blokes in the team. There was 25 in the huddle. That included water boys, runners, the lot.
It is a matter of urgency. Thank you.
Very well observed, and we can really hope none of the Gawler Central boys get out of this tape. But now, the last quarter, this will decide the champion for 2002. Can the Gawler Centrals cause an upset, or will Newry hang on here as Dams wins the first ruck contest down? A goal here would be crucial, the first one of the fourth term. The marcologist out there. Kelpie gets a little nudge in the back, gave it a bit of a flop. Eugene Walkup, cool in a crisis, refused to panic. Goes on his non-preferred side, his right leg up forward. No mark taken. Ball comes out the back, bottled up in there, and the umpire says this will be the first of about 400 bounces in the last term.
Started well there, Central, straight into the forward line. Just don't have the forwards to capitalise at this stage, though.
It's a terrible shame. They need a target or two up there.
Yeah, well, oh, here comes Hillbill around the corner. Who's up forward? Oh, lovely, the big fella. Muppet out the back, gets it on, kicks it forward, but straight back to Hillbill. Darmsy's there, gives him a high one. Wackador has a kick. It's unusual for Wacker. Muppet yet again, left foot, right foot, doesn't matter. And the big concrete, strong. Who's that out the back, struggling to get to his feet? If we pan back, no. Oh, Darmsy, he wouldn't know the meaning of pain.
He certainly does have a very high threshold of pain, as does this man, Mad Dog Schmidt, taking a good mark. Excellent movement, went to the right spot there, Mad Dog. Now, a bit of indecision from him. Loads it up and goes bang down the line. What's going to happen here? Oh, hello. Bit of a contest wouldn't go astray, you Newry boys, but it's flicked out the side. I think the most critical part of this final term will be the fresh legs. Will the mercurial Ed step up and use his skills? Is Rod's going to be able to run the game out? Jenner runs on, should eat this alive. That was fantastic footy. If he had any heart at all, he'd kick a goal, but no, he's choked, and it's rushed through for one behind.
I don't think you'll find that he choked there, Damien. I think it's just lack of ability. He cannot kick longer than 30 metres, that guy. Well, if it's his fault, though, with legs that length.
It's power to weight ratio. You're lucky you can get it 30 metres.
As we pan back to the Gawler Central bench here, Gav Shaw about to come back onto the ground. The runner's looking very cool. I might say the Gawler Central's bloke looking very suave with his 5 o'clock shadow, and the sunny's on.
As Phelps brings it in once again. That's a huge booming kick, but a fine mark taken there.
Yeah, back again to Solly. I think these two are just kicking to each other the whole day. Out the side, cheating again. Brett and Jenner, will he kick a goal from here? Probably not. 4 or 5 kicks he might get there.
Butler roves the pack, had to shrug off a bump from a teammate in Collins, punches it forward, Ed, turns on a 5-cent piece, swings on the right foot and delivers to Schmidt. You can't teach that.
You can't teach that, and it's a touch of class that the Newry Tigers might need here in this last quarter, although he did pull up a little bit properly after such a sharp turn, as we can see there, not breaking into anything more than a slow jog.
Haven't seen him break into anything more than a slow jog since Adam was a boy.
About the only thing I've seen him break into is a packet of chips.
And doesn't he love them? That's probably going to be about 50% of his entire possessions for the game, I would have thought, as the umpire throws the ball back into play. Mad Dog Schmidt contests the ruck. Cat's running around out there. He's got the ball, but the umpire said, no, I'm paying a free kick for something that I'm not entirely sure what it was. It's going to go to Gawler Centrals.
Yeah, Solly just racking up kicks. Really, a quality bloke. Should be playing A-grade footy, but obviously Gawler Centrals love having him running around in their twos. Big Concrete, the big 1998 medalist, out to Beckworth back into the middle. The little boys are at the footy. Rodders in there. Oh, has a go at Barndor. Barndor gets it down forward. Who's there? Oh, Kreber, Clayton, Kreber. Oh, throw umpire. Where are you? Ball comes back in the middle. Phelps on the burst. Oh, what will it... Oh, tries to be fancy. Matty Cook. That must be about touch number 3. And yes, just runs it over the boundary. Throws it back to the umpire. No, drops it on the ground. Phelps, he's just saying, how many kicks have I had? And, no. I've got a touch on the back now from Kimmy Herman. I should be good to go.
Has Matty Cook been on the fence for the last 2.5 quarters, Tomo, or just terribly quiet?
I think somebody dropped him like a bad habit earlier in the game, but has he been... Oh, Ed runs away again, swings on the left foot and delivers up forward. Give Derek Hugo every opportunity, but unfortunately couldn't mark, and Lethal looks like he's going to run a ball out of play.
Yeah, the coach would have to be asking the question, why did he use his left foot? Open, could have run onto his right foot. Could he be in a bit of trouble? That's probably a bit of a question you need to ask yourselves.
You'd never know if he was in trouble or not, because if he did break into a bit of a pace, and which has never actually happened, that's the only way he'd limp. So hobbling around, waddling around, you're never going to be able to tell if he's got hamstring problems or not. But the ball back into play now. It's with Gawler Centrals as they bring it out to this outer wing, members wing, pardon me, and Big Darmsey, what a gallop! So turns around on the right foot and delivers absolutely exquisitely. Rods takes it on the half volley, goes forward, eludes the tackle, punches it in. This is a crucial forward thrust. It pops up, no clean mark. That was a critical play. If they'd been able to mark and goal, it could have almost been shut the gate.
Do you think there's any moves that Coach Willie Nitschke might be making at this stage after John Thompson's gone off to, in fact, I think you might find that Tomo doesn't move from where he was sitting in the B-grade game for most of the A-grade game, but that's all right. Back to the main game.
Yeah, well, that's a pretty relevant point, I suppose. Big pack there forms. Tristan Shaw out there. Oh, I think Cat actually cleaned up Natty Solder there a little bit more than anyone else. Just saying good day to Barndor again after he had a bit of a howdy-doody to your mother a bit earlier on. Ball's about to be brought in. Schmidt and Solly. Schmidt, what will he do here? Gets pushed under the footy. Solly, pack forms, and we'll see a ball up again. Balls and all. Cat just saying a g'day to another one of the Gawler Centrals lads. Pretty friendly bloke. Cat loves to get around and just socialise with people.
He really is extending his Christmas card list here today. He's making a lot of friends as out come Gawler Centrals again. And I would have thought the more of these ball ups, and that should have eaten that alive, young Josh Schmidt, but he's missed it and it's away. And who's there? Kelpie getting dragged off the ball, another ball up. The more ball ups we have in this last term, the more it will favour the Nuriootpa side with no time on. And I would have thought that perhaps Gawler Centrals need to take a risk, flick out a couple of quick handballs and get the ball moving like Big Huge. And down to Concrete, who gets onto a spiral. It goes forward. Machos, without conviction, didn't take the mark. Comes out the back. Centrals repel again. They go this side, this time to the member side. Phelps under it. Refuses to take the mark. Instead gathers it. This way, that way. Brings it back inboard to the centre. Good kick too. Finds Concrete. No, it wasn't a good kick. It was as bloody handy as a crack in a glass eye. The handball comes out again. Schmidt's got it again. Goes forward. What's going to happen here?
Schmitty dropped a mark. Nat Solder missed the crumbs. Schmitty gave away a questionable handball. Butts got belted, and I think you'll find it'll go out of bounds.
Yeah, well, obviously Neri just playing around a bit at the moment with the footy. Not terribly productive there. Sam Schmidt really should have just eaten that one alive and gone back and kicked his third. Probably would have just wobbled it off the boot to get it through, a bit like a wobblegong shark. But
I think wobbegong's the term you're looking for. Carpet shark, a lot easier to pronounce, but we'll go with wobbegong as Wacker belts it forward again. George over the back. The marcologist trades that for the something fist. Tell you what, you talk about we're out of material. We're a bit like boobs on a rooster at the moment. Not much use at all here in the commentary box. I'm nearly spent as Cat gets another quality possession. Concrete, he's been invaluable in the middle of the ground. He's had some very important possessions. He wants to win it. Machos!
Well, Concrete, just showing his experience, and what a great acquisition he's been this year. I know Tom's been after him for a few years to get him out of retirement and come back and help out the twos, but just showed his class there. And while the boys are congregating there in the middle, you'll see Brenton Carter floating around, Paul Blinkhine just delivering the water. Mickey Carter's out there. He's probably running further today than he does in a game, Mickey Carter.
Matt Josh should have no trouble with this at all. He didn't appear to drop it all that well as he pushed it behind the stick. There's no celebrations. The umpire says just the one, and that could have been the first nail in the coffin.
He had every chance there to stick it up him a little bit and seal the premiership for the Tigers, young Matt Josh, but unfortunately he's just kept a bit of interest in this game. The spectators will have to, they'll just keep tuning in.
Yeah, he really should have probably slotted that one away. He has done it before. Big fella brings it out. Who was that? Cornelius. Cornelius thumps it out. Big pack of players. Cat gives it back to the opposition. Lets them out. Wackador on the burst. Brings it back inside. Little Brenton Jenner. Oh, Sammy Schmidt. Oh, Brenton Jenner there tried to tackle his knees. Couldn't quite get around him.
Yes, and as I said, the more of these ball-ins we have, the better it is for Nuriootpa as the clock eats away. We should have probably been running a clock here, so we could have made comment. You're running one there, JT?
Yeah, it's about 20 past 4.
Good golly, Miss Molly. Here comes Jenner again. Had a bounce. I don't know what he was thinking there. Refused to be tackled. Just wiggled his hips and a couple of opponents went each way. But if she don't come, then tickle her bum with a big old bunch of Medworth. Takes another grab. Delivers out to the outer side in the direction of Kelpie there. Bang! Oh, was that another hamstring? He swung onto the left foot and delivered to his brother. Oh, Kelpie looks very proppy in the foreground here. You viewers at home in TV land can't see it. Mark Phelps does the percentage thing and says, no, let's use up some more of the clock. I'm kicking it out of bounds.
Is there a bit of talent there on the boundary line? Just, no, not really.
I would have thought so. It's a bit of eye candy as far as I could see, but the ball umpire's going to throw the boundary in. Georgie refusing to comment there as the ball is going out again. Is that out on the full? I reckon it might have bounced off young Lethal's leg there, but no.
How could have it bounced off his leg? He hasn't got legs big enough to even make contact with the ball.
He has that painfully thin physique, and you wonder when you hear some of those cracks out there whether it is actually a shin going and not a hamstring. But knowing this footy club, it's dead bound to be a hamstring as the ball gets thrown up again. Loose ball, who's got it? Out comes Wacker. He's the ultimate link man, is Wacker. He delivers with hands. Again, they go forward. Oh, Ryan Solder! He was higher than Joe Cocker. He hung on to that one beautifully, and that is a Nuri Chicken Shop mark of the day.
Yeah, I wonder who we kicked to here. Let's have a look at it. Great mark, fantastic mark. Oh, what's he done? He's put it out on the full. Puts it out on the full, yeah. Cookie thinks it's out on the full, so he gives it back to the umpire. Oh, no, hang on, it is mine. I'll go back, pick it up, dust myself off, run back a bit further, jump up and down on the ground, and I'll kick it forward into the Central's forward line. What happens here? Oh, pack form Solder back at the footy. Very, very tough. There's about 7 of them then. They could have raffled it between themselves, and no, Big Muppet runs it out.
How have you seen the Big Muppets game today?
Oh, I think he's been critical in this second half when he's been freed up as a loose man in defence there, taking lots of marks. Generally, his disposal's very good. If we keep an eye here on Kelpie, doesn't seem to be moving too well. He's a little bit proppy. Moving very similar to the way that Damien Aird's moving, actually.
That'd be not at all. At least Kelpie's raising a waddle. And in comes Walker. He's got a big left foot. Gets the handball out. Oh, this should be a walk-up goal, but the adequate pressure from Nuriootpa prevents the shot. This will be a lay-down. Oh, he's kicked it over his head. What was going through his mind? He had to turn around, run it over the line. That should have been 6 points in the bank.
Yeah, but he's put it out of bounds on the full. That's unlike Nick Freeman. You wouldn't see him do that too often in a match.
Oh, a bit of layerising there. Could cost Centrals dearly. That should have been a goal.
I think credit there to Jeff Dutchke. He might have just applied the game-winning tackle in the goal square there, just forcing a mistake from Freeman.
That could prove a turning point.
Tigers trying to run down the clock here as much as possible. Ryan Solder out to Beckworth. What will Becky do here?
At the same time, the Tigers trying to attack as much as they can.
Yeah, very true. The Newry Tigers here just trying to get at the footy. Pat comes up. Wackador at the bottom, gives out a handball. Phelps on the way through. Concrete gets a little hand in. Butler. Oh, like a pinball machine. Bounces off that one and the ball goes out as we are about to bring it back in with about, let's see, probably, I'd be saying about 8 minutes to go in this game.
Game of inches, isn't it? Gawler Centrals were away there. That little hand from Big Concrete in there just rejected any chance they might have of an attack, forced another boundary throw in and more time off the clock.
Facing the crowd there, you might have seen the great man Shep there, just in the crowd there, having probably his 7th or 8th packet of cigarettes for the afternoon.
Probably would have been better use over in the trainer's room before the game, young Shep. A few blokes going down with injuries. Could have used his expertise, Dr. Death.
Yeah, you would have seen Mickey Carter there in the foreground, the runner-up, the equal best and fairest for the association, winning the medal. Oh, a bit of a howdy-do there between the boys. Lee Angel flexing his muscles. Well, flexed it. And umpire about to bring the ball up. But back to Mickey Carter. Great story, Mickey Carter. Running around with a broken foot out there. Would love to be out there. We all know that. But unfortunately can't be. Ball comes forward. Oh, Krebber, good mark. Good mark. Wearing the red undies today. Great mark.
As you can just see that panty line coming up over the shorts, it is red. Well spotted there. It's cherry red. And you know you're in strife when you're talking about your opponent's, the colour of his Reg Grundies. As he comes in, he puts it to the hot spot. Didn't have a shot at goal. It goes over the back. Oh, that's a fine mark there by...
Yeah, Freeman yet again. We've been at him all day. Jeff Dutchke's done the job, put some pressure on him earlier, but yeah, you'd have to back him in to kick this. He's a quality bloke around goals. He's a real concern. Let's just sit and you'll be able to tell from his reaction as soon as he kicks it.
Oh, he has slotted it. That is an Aussie home loan goal of the day for Gawler Centrals. That's a quality kick for goal. Doesn't he love it? He's carrying on like he's won the flag, but he's put him one step closer. There's one kick in it. What a game!
Yeah, but you say that he's just about won him the game. He did that did it last year, so the Nuri boys really have to be on the medal here. They can just kind of scrape one forward. Margin at the moment is 2 points. If we can get the ball forward, perhaps there's a couple of guys that can stand up and take a catch, but the pressure is on. Comes down to this, 5, 7, 8 minutes to go. Obviously the runner hasn't been doing much work there as he comes through the screen. Clayton comes into the middle. Really does come down to how much they want it. Looks like Radar Riley, the runner. What will he do to get them over the line? Annie Slack taking the steps. Can she bump up a couple extra to give us the touches we need? Or is it the Water Boys giving us a squirt? Who knows? Tough game. It's tough game.
Yes, not much left. You saw the scoreboard, but just before it was updated, 2 points is the margin, and I can tell you there will be a few bungholes puckering up an absolute treat in the Nuri camp. They've led for most of the day, and now it could slip away from them.
Well, it could. I don't think it will, though. I think the Tigers have got the memory of last year's grand final. Young Nats, they could be a crucial free kick there to the angry little man. Let's hope he doesn't wheel onto his left leg, and let's hope the blokes up the ground have the common sense not to run any more than 40 metres away from him.
And here he is, Mr. Burt Reynolds. He's looking to go out wide, uses the ball, good decision. He's found the markologist in George, who has really had a magnificent day today. He has passed with honours and PhDs in markology. He goes out to the cat, who is obviously in an enormous amount of in a big hurry to get the ball on. Have a bit of a fiddle about with the Sharon in his hands there. Going to put it down. Socks are down. I'm going to pull them up about a half inch. And how you going yourself?
Pass player there on the sideline too. Trav Jensen saying, yeah, look at that bloke. He's about to kick it, lad. So is it too early to start talking Norm Smith medalist, or should we wait for another few minutes before we start up on that?
I wouldn't have thought so. I thought the tall Phelps, the Mark Phelps, has had some pretty special moments, as had the markologist in Georgie. Oh, and that's Solder again having his head. Decapitation is the name of the game here for Gawler Centrals, and Solder's been given a free kick inside 50.
Can Nick Freeman be hero or turn criminal there? He's given away a free. Shane Collins just said, thanks very much. Natty Solder's going to go back and hopefully slot this one through for the Nuri Tigers. And that should be, well, is she in the back starting to warm up or not? That's the question. Is she here? Is she starting to warm up? I reckon the fat lady may just be starting to sing.
I think she's clearing her throat anyhow.
The fat lady's brother just walked into screen and gave young Nat Solder a bit of advice there, and there he is again getting a drink from Chappie. So, yeah, with Nat's recent goal-kicking form, you wouldn't think that he was a dead set certainty, although he does look like a footballer with the Guernsey in and the socks pulled up. Let's just see how he goes here. Stabs out a little bit. Pushed it left. Crucial opportunity missed.
Yeah, well, there's probably about 30 seconds to go in the game here, so that would have been all over, but they have got a bit of a chance here if they can get it in quickly. No, the fullback's going to take a bit of time, getting some encouragement from the bench to kick it in. Long kick, penetrating kick, pack forms. Oh, Georgie nearly takes a screamer over the top. Cat has one off the deck. Clayton, great tackling. Cat at it again. Georgie dives on it. And that could be it. That could be it. She could be all over. Well, let's see. Oh, it is! It's all over. The Nuri boys celebrate an absolute ball terror of a win for them here this afternoon. They've got up by 3 points. Don't they love it out there? Carrying on, bit of a grope, bit of a tickle. How's your mother? Oh, there's a special grand final. I would have thought one of the best in recent memory, gentlemen.
You can just see the yellow Guernseys, the heart's breaking inside. It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, they're probably a bit unlucky there. The battles throughout the year between the two teams have been very, very close. If you go back to the game at Gawler Centrals, I think there was a goal in that game back at Nuri. It was very, very close until the last little bit. Second semi-final, close all day. Nuri got away from him, and you know, I think that's a pretty good result in the end. Nuri undefeated all year. They've come through. They've won the premiership by 3 points against a valiant Gawler Central side.
Yeah, a great grand final. Nuriootpa going through undefeated have confirmed their status as possibly the greatest team ever assembled in organised sport anywhere. Not that I'm one to overstate it. There's a few of the wives and girlfriends getting a bit of a tonguey in the ear. Worrell hobbling around like it's 4 a.m. And, now there's a sad and sorry sight. Aren't they? A morbid-looking bunch.
They'd be disappointed. They took it right up to the Nuri Tigers, and if they'd kicked some goals early, well, could have been quite a different result, you know. If Freeman had kicked that one in that last quarter there, close to the goals, instead of kicking it out of bounds on the full, different result. But a couple of questionable calls early on in the game too against the Nuri Tigers, where goals were allowed after the siren had blown in the first quarter. One that supposedly missed by a couple of foot, as Georgie said earlier. Mickey Carter getting plenty of love in the circle as the boys going around. Girls are obviously happy. There's Timmy Fallon, doesn't he love it? Sammy Schmidt in there, Roscoe. There's the great man Peter Nitsky just rubbing his head, questioning how the heck did we do that. But yeah, there's a bit of eye candy for the boys. Muppet there getting some from the elderly ladies of the club.
Don't worry about old Muppet, he'll be on the prowl tonight. In fact, he could well kiss more girls than Damien Aird had possessions this afternoon.
By one.
Exactly right. But a just result here at the Anguston Oval. An absolutely magnificent clash. Nuriootpa getting up by 3 points in what was a game for the ages.
Oh, sorry about that.
Well, just when we thought we were going to sign off. Hang on. Bear with us here.
No, we can't sign off.
We're working to a tight script, I tell you.
I suppose now's the time that we can start talking Norm Smith medalists. You know, you'd have to look at Georgie, very, very stiff right now, but also previously in the 2001 final. Unfortunately, just missed out on the best on ground when Tristan Shaw, they kicked the ball back to each other. Could he be a chance this year? You know, you'd have to look at Nathan Solly. Huge performance from the big man. Ryan Solder was around the place. Nat Solder. Damien Aird probably didn't play enough footy to get a touch. Wackador.
What he did was so special.
Wackador had a fair bit of it. More importantly, can we get some police out onto the ground? It looks like the Central's coach has lost the bottom of his pants. Apparently someone's stolen the bottom of his pants. But back to the Norm Smith medalist. Well, I don't know. It's a toss-up. You could be talking Chingalinky. Could it be the great man in his last game? He has announced it. Not Chinga, but Tim Fallon. Great effort from him. You look at the Gawler Central's team, probably, you know, they all played well. Oh, yes, as Chucky gets on the mic. Loves the mic, Chucky. Probably be at the Vine Inn at about 2 o'clock this morning, or tomorrow morning, actually spinning a few discs. But Woolly's still wandering around the place, really not too sure what's going on.
And possibly what are we doing here? We're going over to the presentation area, and I'll just shut this big hole in my face right now so we can have a bit of...
Grand final for the left.
No one with a microphone is sure of what they're doing at the minute. The commentary box here included. Bit of cuddling going on. Young Annie getting amongst it there. She loves it. What a great game it was. Jeff Dutchke doing a bit of Dutch
Congratulations to
love.
both teams today who wonderful fought out a wonderful final. Commiserations to the losers. Congratulations to Nuri, the victors today. But the best on ground today went to Brenton Jenner from Gawler Central. Brenton Jenner can come forward. On behalf of the 19 Hotel, this presentation comes to Brenton Jenner, the BLG today.
You think he'd at least stand up while he accepts his medal, but he comes out, gets his cup, and says, thanks for all the fish. We're not hanging around for the presentation. Let's bugger off and have a beer.
To present their award. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Coach. On behalf of the 750 Footy Club, congratulations to Nuriootpa. His effort to the grand final, and congratulations to Gawler Central, of course. Obviously, very disappointing, but to Nuriootpa, their great efforts, no doubt you'll enjoy them. So the best player on behalf of the 750 Football Club went to Mark Phelps. Now call on Russell Button to call out the names of the Nuriootpa players and for Mick Ryan, Director of the BLG, to make the trip to the medallion. Thanks, brother. Number 3, Luke Phelps. Number 4, Jerry Gino. Number 5, Jason Rodder. Number 8, Josh Kent. Number 13, Chris Stark. Number 14, Gary Stevens. Number 18, Matt Solder. Number 25, Rick Quarles. Number 28, Paul Metcalf. Number 29, Jeff Dutchie. Number 35, Lee Angel. Number 37, Hudson George. Number 39, Simon Butler. Number 41, Mark Phelps.
Here, I'll be okay, Tiger. And speaking of medalists, the best and fairest for the year, Young Bucks.
Oh, here comes the other blood nut. Mark Phelps comes up, says thanks very much. That's better than a jacket.
If she don't come, then take a little bum with a big gold bunch of Matt Worst. A hard-earned medal and another one around the ears from young Dewey there. He could probably do with a bit of bloody hair around the chocolates.
Shane Collins there picking it up, and here comes Mad Dog Schmidt. He doesn't quite know what's going on here, but yeah, thanks very much. Someone's just given me something. Little Ryan Solder missed out on the 2000 grand final, was home crooked in bed. Got one this year though. Oh, and there he is, the great man, Damien, what's his name? And we'll just skip him, go straight on to Tim Fallon. Great game.
Ah, the skipper. The one who we all derive our inspiration from. It'd be just good if the camera would get a bit of a different angle there. We're getting a bit of glare.
Apparently at the moment they're looking for the coach. They can't find the coach. Oh, hang on. Woolie's going to come down. Listen to this. Well, there's a bit of humour from Chucky Curran. That's not the first time he's made a joke, but yeah, we won't remember the first time either.
You've got good ears if you understood that joke. All I heard was head us to pans, pan some ham pans, hand us to pan pan.
Little Shibby loves the leader. Statsman presenting the cup to our illustrious captain, Tony Chingalinki. And won't he love putting this up above his head? There, the flag, and up she goes. There they are, undefeated premiers of the world.
Doesn't he love it, Chingalinky? The photos are going off. He's no oil painting our Chugga, but that'll be on the front page tomorrow.
Very well.
Okay, Nuriootpa, you can do your table of honour. Also like to announce that in recognition of his winning of the Wally Minky and the male medal, that Ben Halliday will be out topping his point in the middle.
What is Scotty the water boy doing in the middle of the photo, but loves being amongst it. Here comes Joyce, the captain's wife, wanting to take her photo as well. And there they are. They're great men.
And a great game it was. It's now that I'd like to mention a few of the unsung heroes who missed out on the game. You see the Water Boys, the Carter brothers there. You've got, of course, Nashi, gentlemen like the Big Yeti himself. Look, you start forgetting blokes. You've got Blank Eye, you've got Taps. These blokes fair dinkum got us all the way to the grand final, and we wandered over. We got Goose, of course, the great Goose man, Bo of the Water Boy. Bo ran the water, and a magnificent job. He had his work cut out for him today on a warm day. But it's those blokes, Ryan Schiller, some of the lads from the 17s who came up and helped us, that have to remember that my time is up. But it's players that win possessions, teams that win games, and clubs that win premierships.
Everybody please sit behind the fence. Thank you. Please clear the oval. Grade is a 10 pack for most. But Tanunda take out 7 Daniel Seaman,